active officiated games of the conference season. Shot's up and no good. Bounces out to the right side. They're getting ready for the second free throw, and someone's going to have to come in for the replacement. Or a substitution will be checking in. This is Kira Rhines. Second free throw is up, and it is good. So it's now 65-43. 6 points for Leah Tide today. Gorlocks go over on the left side. Just 80 seconds left on the clock. Rhines has it, goes mid-range, kicks it back outside. This is to Ziprich, and she's going to pass it out to Hunter. They're going into the corner. There's the three, and it's up, and it's good for Ziprich. And it's now 68-43. 60 seconds left to play. Zerusin goes to Darby, who's in the paint. She goes up and is blocked by Hunter. Welch in the lane, puts up a floater. No good. The ball's going to be tipped around, and now a foul called. And that will send the Gorlocks back to the free throw line. So we'll see who they send to the free throw line to shoot. I think this is Haley Taylor. It is the freshman of Highland, Illinois. She will shoot her first of the game. She's checking in here in the last minute. First one's up and good, so 69-43 our score. We're going to have a check-in here for a new Tiger. It's Hannah Lean, the sophomore guard, a former Ottumwa Bulldog. Shots up and good. 70-43 here with 56 seconds left to play. Darby has the ball and will be driving it in. She's going over to her right, gets a screen. Now there's a foul called, and this will be against the Gorlocks. They had a little too aggressive there going into the screen. The foul will be against Brittany Ziprich, which is her second. So now Zerusin will try two. First one is up and good. And checking in for the Tigers is Jamie Hutchins out of Marissa, Illinois. She'll take the place of Aaliyah Ty. Here comes the second free throw, and it is up and good. 70-45 now our score with 46 seconds left to play. Right now the Gorlocks are moving the ball around, and they have it on the outside. This is with Terry Dirth. Now into the paint, there's Taylor. No good. Rebound's going to be popped out, and it's going to be taken in by Zerusin. She's going to bring it past half court. No shot clock. She goes over to Hutchins, who puts up a shot. No good. Rebound will be taken in by Zerusin, and she knocks it back in bounds, and that'll be taken by the Gorlocks. And the official says that one of the Gorlocks, I think, was stepping out of bounds when she got the ball. So now with 18 seconds left, the Tigers will be doing the inbounding. Zerusin has the ball. She's looking to throw it in. She does, gives it to Darby, who goes into the paint, and it's going to be blocked that time by Taylor. And now the final 10 seconds are going to come down, and the Tigers drop their 16th game of the season. They are now 4-16 overall, 4-8 in conference play. The Gorlocks are now 15-5 overall, 9-3 in conference play. And we'll take a break. We'll be back with the men's game here in about 20 minutes on iwtigers.com. Welcome back, Tiger fans, here on IWTigers.com. We're getting ready for the second half of today's senior day doubleheader between the Tigers and the Gorlocks. We just saw the women's team lose 70-45 to Webster, and in that game, the leading scorer for the Tigers was Josie Zerusin with 15 points. Darby Masner had 11. An impressive night for Aaliyah Tai, one of the seniors, with 11 rebounds. And just like we did in the women's game, whenever we have a break or a timeout or a stop and play, we will honor the 3 seniors here on this team and then 1 from the cheerleading squad. Those squads are coming out onto the court. We have our starting 5 for the Gorlocks: Josh Johnson, Michael Dunn, Christian Crespo, Davian Joseph, and Nigel Wilcox. And for your Tigers, Jake Neubauer, Brock Butler, Elijah Johnson, Austin Banks, and Mitch Dre. The tip-off will be won by the Gorlocks. The last game took a little bit longer than usual. A combined 54 fouls between the two teams. And we're finally underway here in the second half of today's doubleheader. Into the paint, there's a loose ball, and that's a takeaway. Here comes Butler, he has it. Last game for him was a career-high 46 points against Blackburn. He was very efficient, too. He shot 4 of 25, and there's a missed shot for Mitch Dre that bounces in. I was too soon. It looked like it was a little too far, and it bounced out, but it rolls back in. So a three-pointer to start off for the Tigers. Back to last Wednesday's game, the Tigers lost in overtime 100-94 as the Gorlocks make a jumper, but Brock Butler had 46 points, 4 of 25 shot attempts, 5 of 11 on three-pointers, and went 13 of 14 at the free throw line. He was having a career night, and a lot are expecting him to have a big one here today on Senior Day. Now, this isn't the last home game for the Tigers. This is just the last home weekend game. They will come back on Valentine's Day to play the Eureka Red Devils as Mitch Dre gets another bucket. He's off to a hot start with 5 points. So that's right, coming up on January 14th, the Tigers and the Red Devils will face off for the home finale here in Olin G. Rubel Arena. There's a turnaround jumper that falls for the Gorlocks, and it's been a back-and-forth affair. It's now 5-4. Dre has it. He's going to be driving to his right. He stops on a dime. He gives it off to Butler. Butler's going to drive right in the lane. He's going to go up. He's going to have the easy layup. Just blew right past his man. Michael Dunn was the one guarding him, and if you're going to play that close to him, you better make sure you have backup. Gorlocks have it on the outside with Wilcox. They give it over to Johnson. Now they go into the post, trying to find an open shot. There's a deep three-pointer off the mark, and that goes out of bounds. They say last touched. I think that was off the shoulders of Elijah Johnson. It is, so it will stay Gorlock ball. Last game for the Gorlocks was an impressive 79-78 win over Eureka. Josh Johnson had 20 points for Webster in that win. Tigers will be back in action this upcoming Wednesday when they travel to Fulton, Missouri to play the Westminster College Blue Jays. Gorlocks will be going back home to play Spalding. In some Silock Conference play, there's an open jumper. It's up, it's good. Still Tigers lead, but only by 1, 7-6. Butler has the ball. He brings it up. He'll be picked up here by Dunn. And he has a pass that was intended for Mitch Dre that goes out of bounds. And Dre's trying to tell him that Nigel Wilcox got a part of it, but the officials say it's Gorlock ball. Webster will be inbounding. They give it in here to Christian Grispo, and he will be picked up by Austin Banks. Banks is getting more and more playing time as the season goes on. He's a very dynamic on-ball defender, and he's quite quick. He's a dual-sport athlete, plays cornerback for the football team here in Iowa Wesleyan. There's a jumper. It's up, no good. Rebound's going to be one. Taken in here by Davian Joseph. Gorlocks. Drive to the right. Now spin move in the lane. Step back. He's going to pass it off. And here comes Wilcox. He posts up in the paint. Gets it to go with the right hand. And the Gorlocks take their first lead of the day. It's 7-8. Tigers trailing by 1. Banks gets it past half court. He gives it off. And this is to Mitch Dre. And Dre is working on Wilcox. He gives it to Banks. And Banks is getting a lot of space because he's not known as a sharp-shooting pull-up jumper, and there's going to be a miss, and now Brock Butler's somehow going to be able to save the ball, but he probably didn't need to jump it. He throws it off the feet of one of the Gorlocks, and they're able to hold it on. Right now, Gorlocks on the outside. They lead by 1, 8-7. There's a jumper. It's good, just behind the free throw line, and that was a nice shot there, and that one for Christian Grespo. Banks gives it to Butler. He pulls up for three. It's no good. Rebounded here by Elijah Johnson. He shoots the three. No good. Missed by both Elijah and Brock. A rare occurrence. Right now, Gorlocks leading 10-7. There's another jumper. No good. Off the mark. Rebounded here by Jake Neubauer. Neubauer is going to be the bridge next season between this squad and next year's squad. He's been a starter all year long and has had some terrific games. And him and Banks and some of the other players like Jared Fernandez and Austin Rebel are going to be the future of this Tiger program. There's no good. A miss by the Gorlocks. Rebounded by Dre. Still a three-point game. Butler bringing the ball up. Gorlocks are going to try as best they can to contain Brock, especially after a 46-point game in his last one. Here's a three. It's up. It's good. Butler gets his first three-pointer of the day. We're all tied up 10-10. Here come the Gorlocks, and Crispo's just going to get a runner in the lane, and he can't get it to go. He had a wide open shot there, and he just missed it. Banks has it. Goes outside to Butler. Butler's going to be picked up by Crispo. He goes over to Johnson in the left corner. Back to Butler. He's going to try driving into the lane. Pump fakes. Gets his man dancing. He steps back. Jumper. It's good. Brock Butler is off to a hot start. 12 points for the Tigers. Seven of them are from Brock Butler, and 5 are from Mitch Dre. It's senior night, and you have to imagine the Rubel Rowdies are going to be in full effect tonight. There's a ball into the paint. That's to Wilcox. Here's a pass out, and that's good. That shot by Michael Dunn. He was at the free throw line. It's been back and forth, and we're still tied up 12-12. Butler brings the ball up, gives it off to Mitch Dre. He's at the elbow. He passes it back to Butler. Open for the three. It's good. Brock Butler with another three-pointer. He has 10 points, and we've only played 5 minutes of basketball. Brock with 10 and Mitch with 5, and right now the Tigers are playing through their seniors. 14 minutes left until halftime. Brock almost gets a steal there. They say last touch by the Gorlocks. Or no, last touch by Brock, so it's going to be Gorlock ball. Cameron Mack will check in along with Jared Fernandez. They take the place of Mitch Dre and Jake Neubauer. Your 5 on the court. Brock Butler, Elijah Johnson, Austin Banks, Jared Fernandez, and Cameron Mack. Tigers bring on arguably their best 2 rebounders. Gorlocks go outside to Dunn. Now they're going to shoot a three. It's up and it's good. Wow, big shot there for Josh Johnson. We're all tied up again, 15-15. The first time these two teams met in St. Louis, Gorlocks were winners, 78-68. Tigers looking to revenge themselves here. They go to Mack in the paint. He tries to go down low to Jared Fernandez, and Mack throws it a little too far ahead, and they give each other a high five to try to connect there and get on the same page for the next time. Gorlocks bring the ball up with Johnson. He's moving to his right. He's going to step back for a three-pointer. It's good. Wow. Josh Johnson showing off the range there. It's 18-15. Gorlocks out in front. Butler at midcourt. Gives it back to Banks. Gorlocks are now working on a zone defense. And they give it back to Brock. He thought about shooting from way downtown. He holds up. That ball's going to be tipped away, though. Here's a steal. Johnson on the fast break. He's going to go give it off. And there's a shot. It's no good. The rebound will be tried to be taken in by Fernandez. He's fouled, that time by Davian Joseph. We have Jake Neubauer waiting to check into the game. The officials say you got in too soon, son. And now he will check in. He takes the place of Austin Banks. Neubauer, the former Clear Creek Amana Clipper, a local product of Southeast Iowa. And now here's the takeaway, and this is going to be a runaway one for Joseph. He goes up and lays it in with a soft touch. The steal and the bucket, and it's now 20-15. Neubauer gets it past half court, and he's going to go over to his left. He's going to slow it down. He passes it into the corner with Mack. He dribbles it out, gives it back to Neubauer, goes into the paint, goes underneath. There's Fernandez out to the corner. Butler, three-pointer. Oh, no good. Rebound taken in here by Joseph, and he kneed right into Jake Neubauer. Then he put Jared Fernandez on the ground. He goes up, he can't get it to go, and the putback by Nigel Wilcox. Wow, what a sequence of events there by Davian Joseph. He went coast to coast. He put two guys on the ground, but he couldn't make the bucket, and Wilcox was there to put him up 22-15. 12 minutes left to play in the first half. They go to Fernandez, baseline, out to Mack. He goes into the paint, floater in the lane, no good. Rebounded here by Joseph. Johnson bringing the ball up for the Gorlocks, and he pushes off. That's got to be a foul. Oh, they're going to call that one on Neubauer, and that's a terrible call. Neubauer was not playing that close, and that was clearly a shove, and now they're just going to say a foul against Neubauer, and all the Tigers are saying, okay, apparently we can use elbows. And they're going to allow players to do that. We're going to have a high-scoring affair. Here comes the inbound for the Gorlocks. They give it into Johnson. They go back outside, and now here's a steal. Fernandez got a tip on it, and Neubauer takes it away. So Neubauer, who just committed a air quote foul, gives it off to Johnson for a three-pointer. It's in, 22-18. 11 and a half minutes left in the first half. Johnson bringing the ball up. Gorlocks have a 4-point lead. He gives it off here to Parker Van Nest. He's going to take it outside. He gives it back to Johnson. Now on to the left side. He's going in, and there's a shot in the lane, and a foul called against Jared Fernandez. That would be his first. So going to the line and shooting two here is Rodson Etney. Forgot to mention the coaches for today. Of course, Alex Huseman for the Tigers in his 4th season. Going against veteran Chris Bunch for Webster in his 15th season. So he has been almost 2 decades of Gorlock basketball under his watch. First free throws, no good. Here comes the second attempt, and it's up, and it is no good. Bounces out, 0 for 2. Rebound's going to be fought for, and it's on the ground. Oh, and they say last touch by Brock Butler, so it will stay Gorlock ball. Webster just got a huge break there. Gorlocks are forgetting to put someone into inbound. Johnson will take that job. He throws it into the corner. There's a three-pointer corner three by Austin Nation, and that's going to cause a timeout from the Wesleyan bench. We're going to take one with them. It's 25-18 with just over 11 minutes left to play. We'll be right back here on IWTigers.com. Welcome back, Tiger fans, here on IWTigers.com. Iowa Wesleyan trailing Webster University 25-18. Tigers will have the ball. And they inbound here to Brock Butler. He brings the ball up, and he will be picked up immediately by Josh Johnson. Those two have been putting on a show here in the first half. Brock has it. He's getting a screen. He's going to go into the paint, put up a mid-range jumper. Oh, he can't get it to fall. Plenty of contact on that one, and Brock's looking for the foul. Gorlocks have it. That ball's on the ground, almost taken away. They go outside. That's the Nation. Underneath, that's to Etney, and he gets it up and in. 27-18, now the score. Tigers trailing by 9. Butler bringing the ball up. He gives it off to Elijah Johnson, who goes right back to Brock. Back to Elijah, inside to Jake. He's in the post. He's going to kick it outside. Dre for three. No good. Shorts it. Rebounded here by the Gorlocks. That time it was Parker Van Nest coming up with the rebound. Johnson is going to have a ball to Wilcox that's poked out. He goes to Rebel, and oh, they're going to go underneath. A ball literally hit Elijah Johnson, but he can't hold on. Gorlock's lucky to get it back. Johnson kicks it out, and there's the Van Nest underneath here to Etney, and he's going to need some help. He goes outside for Johnson. He shoots the three. No good. In and out. Rebound with Cameron Mack. Here comes Brock. He's in the paint. He gets it up with the right hand. Tough shot. He had to adjust in midair. Back to a 7-point game, 27-20. They go over to Austin Nation on the right side. Now to Van Ness. Now into the paint underneath. There's Etney. He gets it up and in. Post play has been a big problem here for the Tigers. Back to a 9-point game. Butler bringing the ball up. He's at midcourt. He goes over to Mack on the left side. Gets it right back. He goes over to Neubauer. Neubauer thought about shooting. He holds up. He drives in the paint. Puts up a floater in the lane. No good. A little bit too far to left. Gets his own rebound. Out to Brock. Three-pointer. No good. That would have been a big shot, but he can't get it to fall. 29-20. They go over to Van Nest. He's backing out, and now he's going to go in the lane. He goes outside. Van Ness is driving in. They go underneath, and that ball's on the ground. Here comes Neubauer. He's on the drive. He's going to lay it up and in. Neubauer going all the distance. 29-22. Back to a 7-point ball game. Tigers trailing. Austin Banks is waiting to check in for Iowa Wesleyan. Webster goes over on the left side. Van Ness goes back outside for Johnson. Back to Van Ness. Three-pointer. It's up. It's no good. Rebounded here by Butler. He's flying down the court. He's going to his right. He goes outside for Johnson. Three-pointer. No good. Gorlock's almost had a turnover. Cameron Mack was trying to sneak up on that pass, but they hold on to it. Now they move the ball around. Johnson faked the three. They go around. There's Wilcox underneath, and that's going to be an easy bucket. That time for Ronson Etney. 31-22, 9-point game. They go over to Neubauer on the right side. Neubauer doesn't use his screen, gives it off to Johnson, over to Dre at the top of the key. He's looking to find someone, goes to Johnson, now to Neubauer. Three-pointer in the corner, no good. Rebounded here by Webster. Johnson on the outside, going into the paint. He has to back down. He goes outside. This is with Nation. Back to Johnson on the left side. Guarded here by Elijah Johnson. Here's the three-pointer. It's good. That time by Austin Nation. It's now 34-22. Elijah has it. He gives it off. Now it's to Mitch Dre. He's at the free throw line. Goes underneath to Cameron Mack, who puts it up. Beautiful pass. Beautiful score from Dre to Mack. This has been a sprinter's game so far. Both these teams running pretty good offense so far. 34-24. Here comes a three-pointer for Johnson. It's off the mark. Rebounded, though, by Webster. Underneath and putting it back in. Rodson again. He has been a menace there, and he has 8 points. Now their leading scorer in the game. Johnson gives it over to Butler. Or Brock Butler, I should say. And Neubauer into the corner for Dre. Three-pointer, no good. Rebounded by Mack, and he puts it up. Can't get it to go back in, though. It was a bang-bang play. He just can't get it to fall. Johnson kicks it outside. Nation shoots another three. It's good. Wow, Austin Nation has been on fire. He's now their leading scorer with 9 points. And now a timeout taken on the court. And we will not take one with them. We're going to highlight one of our seniors today. And this senior is actually not on the basketball team, but he's on the senior, or he's the senior cheerleader. He's the only senior on the cheerleading squad. It's Brad Sable. Brad is a physical education major with a minor in exercise science, health endorsement, and coaching authorization. He played 3 years of football and 1 year of track for Iowa Wesleyan. He has been a resident assistant for 4 years. He's been a member of Zeta Phi Mu fraternity member for 5 years and is now one of the best-looking cheerleaders the university has to offer. Brad has made plenty of memories over the past 5 years and has been here for the best thing he's gained. He said, are the experiences and the people he has met. Brad was accompanied by his parents, Dennis and Connie Sable, as well as his sister and grandparents. Congratulations to Brad Sable on a great college career here at Iowa Wesleyan. Austin Banks is in the game, and he has the ball. Goes over to Butler on the right side, back to Banks. He gets a screen. He's going over to left. Back over to Dre. Now he's going to go in, and he needs some help. He goes, and he has a ball just picked away on the drive. And going up and getting the bucket is Rodson again, and Dre trying to track him down. But he can't catch up, and Rodson again regains the title as top Gorlock, and he has 10 points. Outside for Butler, three-pointer, it's in! Brock Butler from downtown. It's now 41-27. 5.5 minutes left to play until halftime. Nation gives it underneath. Backing down is Joseph with the nice light touch. He gets it to go. Now it's 43-27. Banks gets it past half court. He gets a screen from Neubauer. He's going into the paint. He puts up a floater. Oh, and it's in. Beautiful move. Thought for a second it might have hit the back iron, but it rolls in, and it's now 43-29. Nation has it on the outside. He gives it off. Now it's to Crespo. He gives it off to Rodson. Back to Crespo. He's driving in, and he's going to have his ball picked. And now Neubauer on the fast break. He goes up, and he is fouled hard, and he put the ball up, and it was knocked off the glass, and it did go into the hoop. We'll see what they say. Neubauer took a spill there, and Gorlocks are trying to say it shouldn't count, but it technically never came down. Gorlocks knocked it back in, so I think that has to count as an and one free throw. The officials are meeting here. Oh, and they say the ball's no good. Now it's going to be 2 free throws. Coach Huseman wants an explanation because the ball was up. It bounced around. Gorlocks knocked it in, so it was still in the act of shooting up there. So I don't know why that doesn't count as an and one free throw. And Mitch Dre's trying to say it was goaltending because, yeah, it still was in the cylinder too. So either way, Jake Neubauer hits his first free throw, and it's now 43-30. And now checking in for the Gorlocks is Elijah Macias out of San Antonio, Texas. Here comes the second attempt. It's up and good. Now a 12-point game, 43-31. Macias bringing the ball up. He's guarded by Neubauer. He's looking for someone. He goes over on the left side. That's to Joseph. Now down low to Dunn. They go back outside. Macias surveying the defense. He's going to need to pass it off. He does. Driving into the paint, and there's a shot. No good. That was good defense by Fernandez, and nobody gets the rebound. Gorlocks take another shot, and Austin Banks will get this rebound. Banks over to Neubauer. He goes into Dre in the paint. Spin move, gives it underneath to Fernandez, and oh, he is blocked. Davian Joseph comes out of nowhere and stuffs that one. It's Tiger possession, and Fernandez will check out, and Johnson will check in. Fernandez will check out. The inbound taken in by Elijah. Gives it to Butler. He'll just shoot the three. He's feeling it. No good. Rebounded by Webster. 4 minutes left to play in the first half. Dunn goes over to Macias. Now down low, it's to Joseph. He's guarded by Butler. He's backing down. Outside, three-pointer, no good. The rebound, though, taken in by the Gorlocks. Dunn has it on the outside. They go over, and they give it off to Joseph again, and he's guarded by Butler, and that's a bit of a mismatch. And there's a shot by Macias that falls, a floater in the lane. It's now 45-31. 3.5 minutes left to play. They give it to Dre outside for Johnson. Back to Butler outside. They go to Banks. He's going to go to Lane. He's going to give it off to Johnson. Good ball movement for a three-pointer. No good. The threes just aren't falling here in the first half for the Tigers. One of the better three-point shooting teams in the conference. They go over on the right side. Wilcox gives it off. Macias shoots the three. No good. Rebounded here by Butler. 3 minutes left to go until halftime. Banks into the paint. He goes up with a floater with a man in his face. Oh, it bounces around, in and out. No good. Dunn passes it off. This is to Wilcox. They give it off. This is to Crespo. Step back. He gives it off too. Good ball movement here by Webster. They go to Wilcox back outside. Crespo going into the lane. He puts up a floater or a travel call now instead of a layup attempt. 45-31 with 2.5 minutes left until halftime. Tigers trailing. Austin Banks bringing the ball forward. He gets a pass half court. He'll play the point. Goes over to Butler on the right side. Butler goes to Dre. He's driving in, kicks it out. Banks into the corner. Neubauer, three-pointer. No good. There's a lid on the basket on these three-pointers. Gorlocks with Johnson. Step back, and that's no good on the fast break three-pointer. Rebounded, though, by Joseph. Johnson gets it back. He goes right into the paint. He lays it up. No good. Rebounded by Dre. They're on a fast break. He's going full speed ahead. He's going, and he's going to lay it up off a fake pass. Whoa. Mitch Dre had a beautiful pump fake that got the defense to bite, and he sidestepped him in for the score, and it's now 45-33. Crespo has it down low. He's going to put up a shot, and he is fouled. We will now have 2 free throws coming for Crespo, who's a freshman out of Royal Palm Beach, Florida. Austin Banks picks up his first foul of the game. Here's the first one. It's up, and it's good. So now it's 46-33. Here comes the second free throw. It's up, and it's good. 2-2 on that trip. 47-33 now our score. Tigers trailing, and we have just over 90 seconds left to play here in the first half. On the right side, Butler back to Banks. He gets a screen going into the paint. Kicks it outside for Butler. That was a miscommunication. It was right between Elijah Johnson and Brock Butler, and each one thought the other was going to go get it, so it goes out of bounds. A mental error gives the ball back to the Gorlocks. Webster picks the ball up. 80 seconds left until halftime. Johnson on the outside. He's guarded by Neubauer. Passes it off to Crespo. Now into the post. That's to Joseph. Still being guarded here by Brock Butler. He does a turnaround jumper. No good. Rebound by Dunn, and he knocks it to Crespo, who knocks it out of bounds. So now Tiger ball. And the height difference there. Joseph, a 6. Oh, they undersell him. He is much taller than 6'5". Being guarded by Brock Butler, who's 5'11". They go into the corner. Johnson fakes it. He's going to go in mid-range. He puts up a jumper. No good. That's rebounded by Joseph. We hit the 1 minute mark. Johnson gets it to half court. He's guarded by Neubauer. Gives it off to Wilcox. Now outside, Crespo pump fakes, takes a mid-range jumper at the free throw line. No good. Rebounded by Butler. There's about a 7-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Butler has it on the outside. Goes over to Banks. He's going into the paint. Outside for Johnson. Three-pointer. No good. They just can't hit the three right now. Now rebound coming with Jake Neubauer. A three-pointer for Butler. No good again. And the shot clock is off. In the final 15 seconds, Gorlocks will have the ball. And they will head to halftime holding a sizable lead. And they go over with Dunn. He's guarded by Johnson. Back outside. This is to Johnson. He's going to go in on Neubauer. Pump fakes. Gives it to Wilcox. He shoots. It's good. And that was a three-pointer. And there's the buzzer. So a three-pointer right before the half gives Webster a 50-33 lead. And now let's take our moment here to honor our seniors on the basketball team. We have yet to do that. Our first senior is Brock Butler, who was escorted by his parents, Mark and Teresa Butler of Palmyra, Missouri. Brock is an exercise and wellness major who is currently completing his internship with Anytime Fitness. He will graduate in May with a GPA over 3.7. During his 4 years with the Tiger basketball team, he has played in 95 games, making 80 starts, and Brock's name will find his place in the record books in a few places. His 1,433 points is currently 12th in program history. His 214 career-made three-pointers will finish second in school history. His 78.3 free throw percentage is currently 6th in school history. And after graduation, Brock plans to pass the certification test and become a personal trainer. Our next senior is coming out of Gretna, Nebraska. It's Mitch Dre. He was joined by his parents, Charlie, who is a Tiger men's basketball alumni of class of 95, and Amy Dre. Mitch is a physical education major who is currently student teaching at Mid Prairie Elementary. He will graduate in May with a GPA over 3.0, and Mitch is a 4-year member of the Tiger men's basketball team. He played in 82 games with 52 starts. He has scored 877 career points while shooting over 50% from the field and over 40% on three-pointers and 75% from the free throw line. He's made his presence known defensively with 53 career blocks. After graduation, Mitch plans to stick around Mount Pleasant and work as a substitute teacher in the area and find somewhere to coach basketball. And finally, our last senior is out of Rancho Cucamonga, California. It's Elijah Johnson, also known as E, and he is joined by his sister Mariah. He is a biology major with concentrations in both chemistry and medical sciences. He's currently working part-time as a scribe at the Ottumwa Regional Health Center. He will graduate in May with a GPA over 3.0, and he's another 4-year member of the men's basketball team. He has played in 84 games, making 24 starts, and he has scored 502 career points. And his 133 made three-pointers is currently tied for 12th in school history. And after graduation, E plans to take a year and spend some time with family while working as a CNA in EMT. He then wants to start med school, where he wants to specialize in internal medicine and sub-specialize in neuropathy. His goal is to work in the underserviced areas with people who can't afford the health care they need. Congratulations to those three Tigers. They have played a lot of basketball, they've played 261 games in a Tiger uniform. They've scored over 2,800 points. They've made over 423 pointers and have grabbed over 790 rebounds, dished out over 330 assists, and have stolen 160 passes. They've won 47 games and have made 2 appearances to the USCAA National Tournament. Congratulations again to Brock Butler, Mitch Dre, and Elijah Johnson. We'll be back in about 15 minutes with the second half action here on IWTigers.com. Welcome back, Tiger fans. Kayla Wint here for the second half action from Olin G. Rubel Arena. We have the first half stats here. Brock Butler led all scorers with 15 points. The leading assist was Mitch Dre with 3, and rebounds was Jake Neubauer and Brock Butler each with 3 rebounds. Tigers shot 37% from the floor, 26% from three-point land, and 100% on their free throws. And meanwhile, for Webster, their leading scorer was Ronson Itany, and he had 10 points. They shot 53% from the floor, 46% on their three-pointers, and 50% on free throws. And the ball is inbound, and we're all ready here for second half action. Tigers down by 17, 50-33. Banks gives it over to Brock on the right side. He goes back to Banks. He goes into Dre, who's in the paint, kicks it into the corner. Johnson to Butler. He pump fakes. He goes into the lane. Underneath the Neubauer, wide open. Brilliant passing there by the Tigers. I think every single player in a Tiger uniform touched the ball on that drive. And now we have Joseph on the outside, guarded here by Butler. Gives it to Wilcox, outside for Crespo. He goes mid-range, shoots it, no good. The rebound will be in the hands of Austin Banks. He passed it up. This will be to Neubauer. Back to Brock. He's on the left side, picked up on a double team, gives it to Dre, outside to Banks, over to Johnson. He thought about shooting, gives it to Dre, who's posting up. Banks, he'll try a three-pointer. It's good. Austin Banks drains a 3. Now it's only a 12-point game, 50-38. Josh Johnson bringing the ball up. He's guarded by Banks. He goes into the paint. He puts it up. No good. And a late foul called, and that will be against Austin Banks. That was a very late call because it looked like they were already letting the players go on the next play. So now Josh Johnson will shoot 2 here. Johnson had 6 points there in the first half. He was 2 of 6 from the floor and 2 of 5 on three-pointers. Here's his free throw. It's up. Bounces in and out, no good. He's going to try to redeem himself here, and the Rubel Rowdies are starting to heat up. They know that their momentum can energize the Tigers as they trail by 12. Here's the shot. It's up. It's good. 1 for 2 on that trip for Johnson. The inbound taken in by Banks. He'll be guarded by Josh Johnson. Brock will set up a screen for him, so Austin will get it past half court. He goes outside. Neubauer to Dre. Pump fakes. Back outside, and this will be in the corner. Elijah has it. Elijah gives it off to Mitch Dre. He's going to go right to the paint. Kicks it out for Butler. He goes over to Johnson into the corner. Neubauer. He goes into the paint. Now outside for Banks. He pump fakes. Puts up a floater over an outstretched arm. Oh, no good. Rebounded by the Gorlocks. But no, Austin Banks gets it. Now into the corner with Neubauer, and he's stuck. He goes to Johnson. That was a physical play there by Austin Banks, who's on the inside. Outside, here comes Dre. Three-pointer, it's good. Mitch Dre cuts it to a 10-point game, 51-41. Tigers come out guns blazing in the second half. Crespo brings the ball forward, guarded by Neubauer. He gives it off. Michael Dunn passes it into the inside. This is with Joseph, picked up here by Butler. And Butler, tipped it out for a second. Now a step back for Joseph, and that one's good. Whoa, wow, that was a good shot. A step back jumper by Davian Joseph. And now we're going to have a stoppage in play. And a foul will be called, and that one will be against Davian Joseph. And that will be a technical foul. And he is getting an earful from his head coach on the sidelines, and his coach is also talking with the officials. Chris Bunch, the Gorlock head coach, not pleased with this player there, and Butler will now shoot a technical free throw. So he must have said something after he hit that three-pointer. First free throw is good, so 54-42. And Butler's going to shoot another one. It's up. And good, 2 for 2 on that chip, and the Tigers will also get the ball back. And Davian Joseph is kind of in the doghouse now, and he's going to go back to the bench, and he will have a seat for probably a better part of the second half. Tigers will have possession. Butler will inbound to Austin Banks. Banks brings the ball up. He's directing traffic. He's going to look for someone. He gives it off to Johnson. Back to Banks. Inside to Dre. He's in the paint. He goes underneath. Neubauer out to Butler. Three-pointer. It's good. The Tigers are clawing back. It's now 54-46. Johnson passes it off. He gives it to Dunn. He's guarded by Elijah. He goes over, and now it's with Rodson. Now they go outside, and that's going to be back into the paint. And there's Wilcox for the easy bucket. Mitch Dre lost track of him there. It's now a 10-point game, 56-46. Banks gives it to Mitch Dre, and almost lost the ball there, and he's going to give it back to Banks. Outside for Johnson. Back to Austin Banks. He goes back to Dre, who shoots the three. It's good. Dre is on fire, and it's now 56-49. Crespo bringing the ball up for the Gorlocks. He moves it off, and they go over to the left side now. This is with Rodson underneath the Wilcox. And a pump fake there by Wilcox. Got his man to jump a little early, and a timeout taken. We'll take one with them. It's 58-49 with 16 and a half minutes left to play. Tigers are on fire on offense. We'll be right back here on iwtigers.com. Welcome back, fans, to Olin G. Rubel Arena. Right now, the Tigers are trailing 58-49, but they're having a lot of success on the offensive side. Banks bringing the ball up. He gets a screen. He's going to the right. He's going to go right to the hole. He goes a high layup off the glass. Can't get it to fall. Now the Gorlocks have it, and Crespo is stood up. He's going to have to pass away. He does. Gives it to Dunn. Over to Johnson. Guarded by Neubauer. Tigers right now going man-to-man on defense. He kicks it outside. They go around the horn. Dunn goes to Crespo. 10 seconds on the shot clock. He'll shoot a corner three, and whoa, it's good. Right in the face of Elijah Johnson. 61-49, now our score. Banks gives it to Neubauer. Back to Banks. He gives it to Brock Butler, who has 20 points in this one. He goes over on the right side. Johnson going to his left. Now to Dre. He shoots the three. It's good. Mitch Dre has 16 points. He is draining three-pointers all over the floor. 61-52 our score. Tigers down, but they're fighting back in this one. Michael Dunn outside to Josh Johnson. He's going to try going inside into the corner. It's with Rodson. He goes back to Johnson. He's going to be guarded by Banks. There's an outside shot from deep for Crespo, and it's good. So the Gorlocks answer with their own three. 64-52. Gorlocks out in front. The women's team won earlier 70-45 over the Tigers. So the men are trying to split today's doubleheader, but they're going to have to buckle down on defense. Here's Butler. He goes into the paint. He puts one off the glass. It's in. Back to a 10-point game, 64-54. Johnson has it. He's going to go underneath. He gives it off to Wilcox, and he's going to spin, and then I think he's fouled by Neubauer. Oh, no, they're going to say it was fouled by Austin Banks. And that would be Banks' third, and he signals to Coach Huseman that he wants to stay in. Despite having 3 fouls here, they give the inbound to Crespo. He'll shoot it right off the inbound and get it to go. Wow, that was a pretty good play. Butler bringing the ball up. It's 12-point deficit. 66-54. Tigers trying to come back. Banks has it. Gives it off to Dre. Another three-pointer. No good. Rebounded here by Wilcox. Dunn hands it off to Johnson. He's at the top of the key. He goes over to Crespo. And they go underneath the Wilcox. He puts one up in the lane. Gets it to fall. 68-54. Now the score. Tigers down. Gives it off. Mitch Dre has it at the top of the arch. He goes over to Butler. Three-pointer from way downtown. No good. Rebounded here by Wilcox. Gives it off to Crespo. Gorlocks have it with Dunn underneath, and that's to Rodson. He's going to give it back to Wilcox. He goes into the paint. He lays it up and in. Tough shot there, and it's now a run for the Gorlocks. It's 70-54. And a timeout taken by Coach Huseman. We'll take one with them. 13 and a half minutes left to play. Tigers down by 16. We'll be back with more on iwtigers.com in just a minute. Welcome back, Tiger fans. We return to Olin G. Rubel Arena, where Austin Banks is bringing the ball up for the Tigers. He gives it off to Dre. He's on the right side. Over to Neubauer. He's going in. He hands it off. This is to Butler. He's going to go right to the hole. He lays it up. Tough shot. Gets it to fall. 14-point game, 70-56. Johnson bringing the ball up. Goes over to Crespo in the left corner. Now underneath, that's to Rodson, and he's going to back down. He gives it off to Crespo. Spin moves in the lane, gets it to go. An incredible move there. Pump fake spin move into a jumper. It's now 72-56. Butler has it on the outside. He goes over to Dre. He's on the left side of the arch. He's going to drive in on Wilcox. He needs some help. He goes to Neubauer underneath, gets it to fall. Nice heads-up play to the backdoor cut. Mitch Dre on the assist to Jake Neubauer, 72-58. 12 and a half minutes left to play. Crespo's just going to go from way downtown, heat check, and the rebound will be saved by Johnson. Gorlocks have it again, new shot clock. Over to Johnson on the right side. He tries going in. Now he does try again, and there's a foul called, and this one will be against Jake Neubauer. That will be his second of the game. Johnson gives it into Crespo. He's in the right corner. He gives it right back to Johnson. Three-pointer, no good. Rebounded by Brock Butler. 12 minutes left to play. Banks puts a jumper in the lane. Oh, put a little too much on it. Hits the back iron, no good. Rebounded by Webster. Rodson's going to be picked here, and this is Jake Neubauer on the fast break. He goes up, and oh, he is fouled hard. They collided right there, and Josh Johnson took a hard spill too, and he's down. Neubauer's able to pop up, but Johnson's going to have to get looked at by the training staff. He did the age-old don't let him get the easy basket on the fast break kind of foul, but he and Neubauer just collided in midair. He's able to be pulled up by his teammates and will walk off under his own power. Hopefully it's just a stinger. You never want to see someone go down in a fall like that. And the training staff here at Iowa Wesleyan will take him over to the training table right behind the Tiger bench. Or they might even take him over to their own bench. Oh, and Coach Bunch is not even letting the Tiger staff work on him. He says, we'll take him ourselves. There's the applause for Josh Johnson, who took a pretty bad hit there. And Neubauer will now go to the free throw line and shoot 2. The training staff will actually look at him. They just said we need to look at him on our bench. First free throw is no good for Neubauer. Here comes his second attempt, trying to cut into the 72-58 deficit. It's up and good. 72-59 now our score. 9 points for Jake Neubauer. Dunn. He passes it off. They give it off to Dunn at the top of the key. He goes outside for Wilcox. He's going to try driving in on Dre. The ball's going to be picked away. That's by Neubauer and Butler, but oh, they lose it between the two of them, and now the Gorlocks have it. Crespo on the outside. He's going to go underneath. That ball's tipped out of bounds. They say last touch by Austin Banks. He got a hand on it. And I think one of the officials is actually going to say it's Tiger ball. And they're saying Austin Banks did get a hand on it. But one of the officials is saying, I don't know, it might have been Gorlock's. Nope, they're going to say it's still Gorlock ball, so it is out by Austin Banks. Here comes the inbound for Webster. They go up top and they give it to Crespo. He's going to his left. He takes a step back jumper and he can't get it to go because of the shot clock, so a missed opportunity. That one did hit rim, so that was a pretty close shot given the circumstances. And now we have Butler going into the corner, Neubauer. Neubauer's going to go baseline. He's going to lay it up. He's going to be blocked that time by Wilcox. Crespo bringing the ball up. He's at the top of the key. He gives it off to Dunn. Goes back to Crespo. They're going to move it around now underneath. This is to Dunn. Nation outside. Good ball movement here for the Garlocks. And there's one board. Dunn. No good. Rebounded by Brock Butler. He gives it to Banks. He's flying up the left side. He's going to go right to the paint. He's going to the hole. He's going to lay it up and in. Austin Banks with the speed. And it's now 72-61. 10.5 minutes left to play. Dunn's on the left side. He's guarded by Cameron Mack. And now a foul will be called, and we'll see who they call this one on. They say it's on Jake Neubauer, but they signaled that it was against the Gorlocks. That's a bit confusing because everyone thought it was going to be an offensive foul. But instead it was a defensive foul on Neubauer, so he will check out. Elijah Johnson will take his place. And now the Gorlocks will inbound from underneath their own basket. They give it in. There's Rodson. He can't get it to go. Rebound taken in by Mitch Dre. Dre's going to hand it off to Butler. He's just going to go to the hole. He's going to go up and lay it in. But he was fouled on the drive, not on the shot. So no free throws coming for Brock. Tigers will be inbounding from right in front of their own bench. 10:07 left to play in this ball game. Tigers down 72-61. They give it to Dre, outside to Banks, into the corner for Elijah. It's good! Johnson with the corner three, 72-64, now the score. The three-point game has been much more effective for the Tigers here in the second half. Crespo's going to go right to the paint, and he's going to have it picked away, and this is by Austin Banks. He's able to scoop it up. He's giving it out to Johnson. He's going to shoot a pull-up three. No good. Rebounded by Cameron Mack. Out to Dre. Into the corner for Brock. He shoots a three. It's good! Butler cuts it to a 5-point game. 72-67. The Rubel Rowdies are going wild. We'll be back just after this timeout here on IWTigers.com. Welcome back, Tiger fans. 9:33 left to play in the game. Right now, the Tigers trail by 5, 72-67. Here's the inbound. They give it in to Austin Nation. He's guarded by Austin Banks. Van Nest is also checked in for the Warlocks. He's at the top of the key. He's guarded by Mack. He goes over to Dunn, who's baseline. They pass it away. They go outside. Nation shoots the three. No good. The rebound taken in by Butler. Butler's going to be picked from behind by Rodson, but it goes out of bounds. So it will stay Tiger ball. And Austin Banks will be doing the inbounding here from the corner. This is a tough spot to inbound. They give it in to Cameron Mack, who goes out to Butler. 9 minutes left in the ball game. Butler puts one up, can't get it to fall. Rebounded by Nation. He goes over to Dunn, who's on the left side, over to Rodson. He's guarded by Elijah. He goes into the corner. Nation again. He gets it into the post. That's to Wilcox, and he's going to slip out. He gives it back to Van Ness at the top of the key. Now to Nation. Now to Dunn. Inside to Rodson. He goes up, and he's fouled, they say, by Jared Fernandez. And that's Fernandez's second foul of the game. So now Rodson Anthony will shoot one here, and here's his first attempt. It's up and no good. Hits the back iron and out. Jake Neubauer will check in. Your 5 on the court right now. Elijah Johnson, Brock Butler, Jake Neubauer, Cameron Mack, and Jared Fernandez. Second one is no good. Rebounded by Butler. No for 2 trip. Still a 5-point game, 72-67. Butler has it over to Neubauer. Hands it off to Johnson. He's taking it to midcourt. Back to Butler on the right side. He's going to try to lose his man, and he's going to go baseline. He's going up and under. Outside to Neubauer. Shoots the 3. It's on the mark. It's now a 2-point game, 72-70. Tigers were down at halftime, 50-33. Now they trail by 2, 72-70. This has been an incredible game. The past 2 home games for the Tigers have been absolute classics. Last Wednesday when they lost by 6 in overtime to Blackburn. And the officials here, I think they called a foul on Cameron Mack. They do. Sure seems like he got all ball. Another classic was a couple weeks ago against Spalding when the Tigers won in overtime. And the fans here in Olin G. Rubel Arena are letting these officials hear what they think about that call. Gorlocks will be inbounding from underneath the basket. Fernandez getting a talking to from the head official. And here comes the inbound. Dunn will be doing the throwing. He gives it in to Nation, who thought about shooting from almost midcourt, and that ball's going to be a takeaway. Neubauer has it. He gives it to Johnson. He's on the right side. Now over to Mack. He shoots. No good. Rebounded here by Dunn. Mack more known for his rebounding than his shooting. They give it off to Wilcox. He's guarded by Mack. Wilcox spins into the lane. Gets one off the glass. Nice move there. 74-70. 4-point game. Butler bringing it up. He's going to have to pass it away. Give it to Fernandez. That's going to be a pick that time by Wilcox, and he's going to go up, and he gets it off the glass, and the tip back no good by Dunn. They say last touch by the Gorlocks. Fernandez and Butler on the fast break there had tremendous defense. Wilcox had a tough shot. He can't get it to go. The putback missed. That's a heads-up play there by the Tigers, and they have it down 4, 70-74 with 7:17 left to play. Butler getting the call from Coach Huseman. He's at midcourt. He's guarded by Josh Johnson, who's checked back into the game. They hand it off to Brock. He's going to go into the paint. He's going to stop. He gives out to Dre. He pump fakes. He's going to reset. They're going to go to Brock again for a deep three. No good. Rebounded by Van Nest. Nest bringing the ball up. He's at midcourt. He's going to go over to the right side. Now under the basket, laying it up and in. Oh, and missing the shot. Miss again, that time by Blake Farrell. There's a shot by the Gorlocks. It can't go down. Rodson's got the rebound, and he's going to go. And there's a travel call against Rodson. I'm surprised they didn't give him a charge as well. It actually wasn't Josh Johnson that checked into the game. It was Blake Farrell, who we called for the first time today. It's a 4-point game, 74-70. They give the inbound to Austin Banks, who will bring it up past half court. Banks gives it to Dre. He's on the left side. He hands it off to Johnson. He's going to go around the horn to Neubauer. Gives it to Dre. He's backing down. He's going to go up. He's going to put it in with the soft touch. Back to a 2-point game, 74-72. 6 minutes left to play. Webster has it on the left side. They give it to Van Nest, and he's going to be stuck, and he has to find somebody. He's going to throw it up top to Farrell. He goes to Wilcox on the outside. This is back to Van Nest. He's underneath. He needs some help. He's going to go, under the leg pass there to Michael Dunn underneath the basket for a sneaky score, and it's now 76-72. Banks has the ball. He gives it to Dre. Mitch is going to be backing down at the top of the key. He's going to go into the paint. He's going to go into the corner. Neubauer. It's in! Neubauer with a big three, and it's now a 1-point ball game, 76-75. A timeout taken on the court. This has been a back-and-forth game, and what a roller coaster of emotions for the Tigers. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back with 5:25 left to go. Tigers down by 1 here on iwtigers.com. Welcome back, Tiger fans, to Olin G. Roble Arena. The Tigers are trailing 76-75, but they've had an incredible comeback here in the second half. At halftime, they were trailing by 17, 50 to 33, and now they've cut it to a 1-point ball game. An incredible performance here in the second half by Iowa Wesleyan on Senior Day, and it's been mostly the three seniors leading the way. Brock Butler has 27, Mitch Dre has 18, Elijah Johnson has 6. Been the three-point shooting that has fueled the comeback here. Farrell has it on the outside. Now he goes to Van Nest. And he has the ball taken away. He tried to pass to Wilcox. That was a little too dangerous, and Brock Butler comes up with it. Johnson shoots the three, pull-up jumper, and it's in! The Tigers are leading by 2, 78-76. 4:45 left to play. Van Nest has it. He's going to go outside to Farrell. He's going into the paint. He needs somebody. He finds it to Wilcox. They go underneath, and there's a shot that's up and in for Farrell. Now we're tied up, 78-78. Butler going into the paint, puts one up, can't get it to fall. And he's knocked down on the rebound, but they let him play through. Farrell on the outside. They go over to Nest. He shoots the three. No good. Rebound will be taken in and put back in. And I think that was Blake Farrell. It was. It's now 80-78. Gorlocks up by 2. But the Tigers have the ball with 4 minutes left to play. Dre has at the top of the key. He's guarded by Wilcox. These two have had a battle all night long. Gives it to Neubauer. He pump fakes. He goes into the paint. He lays it off the glass. Tied up again, 80-80. Jake Neubauer has 17 points in this one. He's the third leading scorer for the Tigers. They give it to Wilcox. He's down low. He's going to put one up with the right hand. No good. Rebounded by Mitch Dre. Brock bringing the ball past half court. The Rubel Rowdies are in full swing. Coach Huseman's calling up a play. They have just over 10 seconds on the shot clock. They give it to Neubauer on the right side. Gets a screen from Dre. He's going to go in. Now out. Back to Banks. Now 5 seconds. They're going to have to get a shot off. And Banks is going to kick it out to Neubauer. He'll just shoot it up. No good. The rebound, though, is with Austin Banks. He gives it to Neubauer, but he stepped out of bounds. I think they might say he was forced out, and if so, this is against the Gorlocks. It is, and it's against Michael Dunn. That'll be Dunn's second of the game. Another physical play there by Austin Banks to get to that ball. And then to draw a foul as he tried to pass it away. Van Nest and Nation will check out. Christian Crespo will come back in. I believe he's also checking in with Rodson Ettany, and they inbound here to Butler. He's on the left side. He gives it to Dre, who's down low. He's moving, he's shaking, he's baking. He's going to put one up with the left hand, and he gets it to go. Now a 2-point lead for the Tigers, 82-80. This game is a chess match between two conference foes. Michael Dunn on the outside. He gives it to Rodson. He's on the right wing, guarded by Butler. Back to Dunn at the top of the key. Over to Wilcox, guarded by Dre. He passes it off. They move it around. Dunn has it. Now outside to Blake Farrell. Gets a screen. He's going to go mid-range. He needs some help, and that ball's going to be tipped away. Rodson has it. It's going to be tipped away again, and it will be out of bounds. It will be Gorlike basketball, but they only have 2 seconds on the shot clock. The Tigers signaling how much time's on the clock, so they know when the inbound is in, they need to put their hands up because it's going to be a quick shot. Gorlocks inbounded. That's going to be to Rodson. He loses the ball. He puts up a shot off the glass. No good. Rebounded by Butler. And it didn't hit rim, so they say that's a shot clock violation and a turnover. The fans are on their feet, folks. This has been an incredible game for the Tigers. They lead 82-80. 2 minutes left to play. Banks bringing the ball up. He gives it to Dre. He gives it back to Johnson. Over to Neubauer on the right side. Goes underneath. This is to Dre. He's posting up. He pump fakes. He puts one up. And it's up and it's in. Bounces around, but it falls. 4-point lead for the Tigers. 84-80. Crespo. Over to Dunn on the right wing. He goes over to Rodson. Back to Crespo. He's on the outside. He drives it mid-range. Kicks it outside. That's Wilcox. He shoots the three. No good. Rebounded by Butler. And Butler will be fouled on the rebound. They call the foul on. Let's see. They say it was Rodson Ettany. And some players foul on the floor. They're going to need a mop out there to pick up some sweat. Well, I think the official and Mitch Dre both scuffed it up pretty good. So 1:35 left to play. Tigers lead 84-80. Getting another score here would be a huge boost and give them a good cushion for the final minute. Banks has it. He goes over to Butler. He's on the left side. He goes to Dre, who's posting up. Dre has been unguardable, and he's fouled, this time by Wilcox. Wilcox picks up his first foul of the game. Both teams have 6 fouls here in the second half. Banks will be doing the inbounding. He's going to have to get it in quick. He gives it into Butler. He's in the left corner. He's guarded closely. He gives it to Dre. Dre has been a monster this half, and he goes outside to Banks. He's going to go right to the lane. He's going to lay it up off the glass, and he gets it to fall. Austin Banks makes it a 6-point game, 86-80, 60 seconds left to play. Crespo has it, going mid-range. He's under the hoop, and he's fouled, that time by Elijah Johnson. Johnson owns up to it immediately. So it's a 6-point game with 58.5 seconds left to go. Gorlocks are in the bonus, and this will send Christian Crespo to the line. Blake Farrell checks back in. The Ruble Rowdies are doing their thing. Here's the first free throw. It's up. No good. He misses it. The rebound will be taken in by Neubauer. Neubauer gives it over to Banks. He goes over to Butler. Gorlocks are trying a full court press. We'll see how it works. Banks has it past the half-court line. He gives it over to Butler. And Butler is fighting off a pair of Gorlocks. He's able to split him. He's going to go into the paint, and there's no call. And now we're going to say a jump ball, which will be Gorlock possession. And Coach Huseman wants an explanation, as do all of us. Butler was intentionally fouled, and they didn't call it. Oh, if that comes back to haunt him, that's going to be a terrible call in this game. The Gorlocks were intentionally fouling him. They were whacking at him over there. Now they give the inbound. This is by Crespo. He's going to fly up the court, and he's going to try to get a shove off there. And he goes outside. Rebel will shoot. Oh, that's Nation. Misses. The rebound by Brock Butler. He has it, and he's now intentionally fouled by Wilcox. With 26 seconds left, these free throws can be the dagger here on Senior Day. Who else but Brock Butler will go to the line to seal the deal for the Tigers? If you're the Tigers, there's one player you want at the line with the game on the line, and it's either one of these three seniors. And Brock Butler, who's been a tremendous player his entire career, will have a chance to close out this game. He misses the first one, and that's going to be rebounded. He only gets one. Crespo shoots a three. He's fouled on the shot, so now Christian Crespo will go to the line and shoot three. The foul's on Austin Banks. I don't know if they said he was on the, yeah, they say he's shooting three here, so this is going to be some big-time free throws. Crespo's first one, it's up. It's good. Now it's a 5-point game, 86-81. Here's the second one. It's up and it's good. Now 4-point game, 86-82. Cameron Mack will come in for Austin Banks. It's very vital here for the Tigers that they box out in case he misses. Third one's up, and it's good. He made all three. And a timeout taken by the Gorlock bench. It's a 3-point game with 20 seconds left to play. We'll be right back here on IWTigers.com. Welcome back, Tiger fans. We return for the final 20.6 seconds. The Tigers have possession. They will inbound on the opposite end of the court. Neubauer will be handling the inbounding. He gives it into Elijah Johnson, who's double teamed. He splits him, and he's going to pass it all the way up the court to Cameron Mack. He gives it to Dre, and Dre goes up and lays it in. It's now 88-83. Gorlocks are going to have to score in a hurry. There's going to be a steal by Johnson. He gives it to Neubauer, and Neubauer's going to run it out. That's going to do it here, folks. The Tigers will win on Senior Day. And they try to give a pass up to Farrell, and the Tigers win 88-83. What a game. What a comeback here on Senior Day. Brock Butler finishes with 27 points, and Mitch Dre has 24. We'll see you here on Valentine's Day for the game against Eureka. I've been Kayla Went, and we'll see you here on Valentine's Day.